Now these motor nerves are further divided into somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Okay, now let's move on to nerves. What is a nerve? A nerve is just a fiber or bundle of axons. Now there are different types of nerves. Motor nerves, sensory nerves and mixed nerves. Motor nerves. Okay, I'll start off with sensory nerves. Sensory nerves are the ones which receive the message from the receptor and carry it on to the spinal cord. Whereas the motor nerves carry the signal from the spinal cord to the effectors where function is carried out. Now this is the nerve cell. Now you must be wondering what is the major difference between a nerve and a nerve cell. A nerve is just a part of this, it's a bundle of axon. Whereas a nerve cell is the axon along with the major cell. You can see this, yeah? So they receive the electrochemical impulse and it transfers from the dendrite into the cell body where it is carried on into the axon and then moves into the axon terminal button and through synapse it's transferred to the other nerve cell. Okay. Okay. Now I just want to just give you a minute. I'll just tell you an example of where synapse okay, I'll just tell you. Okay. See, when we apply, this is a thing about cockroach. When we apply spray on this cockroaches, yeah, the synapse which is present after the nerves is removed. It's like burned. So the signal cannot be transferred, and that's why you see that the cockroach slowly dies. It's because of that decline of that synapse. Okay, now I'll show you reflex action. This is a thing which has developed in human beings, which is not controlled by our brain, but it's controlled by spinal cord. This reflex action takes place in very few minutes, seconds in fact.
Microseconds.
Yeah, seconds and whatever. Microseconds. Okay, so now I'll show you one small video on this reflex action.
In a reflex arc, sensory information is processed at the level of the spinal cord, resulting in action without involvement of the brain. For example, if one's fingers are burned by a candle, the hand that receives the painful stimulus is rapidly removed from the flame with a jerking motion. At the same time, the brain is receiving information indicating that a painful event occurred in the hand. It is important to understand that although the brain may perceive the painful stimulus, the reflex arc acts to retract the hand without direct input from the brain.
Okay, as the motor nerves carry the signal from the spinal cord, they transfer it to the effectors where a message is sent and a hand moves, yeah? You must have seen that. So this motor nerves are connected to muscles. The muscles have a protein in them which is known as actin, and there are two proteins, actin and myosin. They help in the movement, contraction and relaxation of this muscle while this function is carried out. Now let us move on to the central nervous system. Okay, the central nervous system is the part of the nervous system that integrates the information that it receives from and coordinates the activity of all parts of the body. It contains majority of the nervous system and consists of the brain and spinal cord. Now here are some diseases which are related to central nervous system. Okay. Okay, one such disease is encephalitis. Poliomyelitis.
Alzheimer's
disease.
Alzheimer's.
Encephalitis. Okay, spinal cord. Okay. The spinal cord is a long tube-like structure which runs along the backside. It runs along the back of the body, and is a part of the central nervous system. The central nervous system, the spinal cord has a fluid present in between it, which is known as the cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, the fluid is divided into two parts. The inner part is known as white in color, whereas the outer part is green in color. Now I'll show you another video of.
This is the way you learn biology.
The spine is a column of bones that forms the axial skeleton. This framework provides strong, yet flexible support for the trunk of the body, as well as protection for the delicate spinal cord housed within it. The spine consists of 33 vertebrae, stacked vertically upon each other. The vertebrae are connected by facet joints at the back of the spine. These joints allow movement between the bones of the spine. The vertebrae are stabilized by ligaments, and most importantly, are separated by an intervertebral disc between each vertebra, which functions as a shock absorber. The vertebrae can be classified into 5 segments. These segments include 7 cervical vertebrae, 12 thoracic vertebrae, 5 lumbar vertebrae, 5 fused sacral vertebrae, and 4 fused coccygeal vertebrae. The spinal cord runs through a canal located at the back of the vertebrae and extends from the brainstem to the lumbar region of the spine. Nerves branch out from the spinal cord, sending messages for movement and body functions to the rest of the body. The anatomical shape of the adult spine also contains 4 basic curvatures. The thoracic and sacral regions are concave anteriorly, while the cervical and lumbar regions are concave posteriorly. This unique shape of the spine allows it to support the weight of the human body.
Okay. The brain. This is another part of the central nervous system. It's divided into the 3 main parts: the forebrain, the midbrain, and the hindbrain. These have another 3 parts of which are cerebrum, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata. There are also other parts of the brain like the lobes, pons, but then these are not as important.